A big welcome to all of the Zodiac Signs. Now this next technique that we are going to look at is, again, if you're new to my channel, then please have a look at the first videos because they do explain the OSHO, the Book of Secrets, right? They are explaining the 112 meditation techniques in such a way that you are following them the way he describes them, right? And of course, maybe you just want to do this one, right? Because this is the one that has kind of caught your attention, right? Then that is okay. So here, is the second part, right? 5 techniques of attentiveness. Now in the German, it says 5 techniques for lucid dreamings and death, which I found very interesting. They translate these books a little bit different. So here are the next 5 meditation techniques. We did the number 5 already, and today we're going to do meditation number 6. So meditation number 6 is focus on the gap during your daily activities. This is the short version, right? But now from the sutra itself of the book, it says, when in worldly activity, keep attentive between the 2 breaths, and so practicing in a few days, be born anew. Now, I find it very, very interesting how Osho is, of course, explaining this now to us. Here in the German, I show you, right? It doesn't matter now. It's here is the short sutra, and in the square is then the full sutra. And this is where Osho explains this one sutra, and the yellow is my highlighting for me to pick the points that I want to speak about when I do the video, right? So here we know we've done in the first 4 meditations. That was a group, the first group. We find also that we just basically look at the gap, right? We look at the gap between the in and the exhale. But here he speaks about the gap between 2 breaths and mostly in worldly activity. The worldly activity, right? The everyday chores, the everyday doing, is what he is now making us clear. That's when we want to learn to become detached, that it's a game that we're playing, because he says there's 2 worlds that we're living. One is doing and one is being. And one is the periphery and the other one is the center. So when we inhale and when we exhale, it's kind of like we're shifting between doing and being. But in the gap, or in the turning point, which we also had, or in the fusion point, right? There we settle for a moment into not doing, into being. And he wants you to discover this technique in such a way that no matter what you're doing, you right now while I'm talking to you, I am observing the breath that I am inhaling, and then I'm in the point of full breath, and then I'm exhaling, I'm in the point of empty in the breath. And he wants you to be aware no matter what you're doing, if you're washing dishes, right? If you're taking a shower, if you're working, if you're talking, if you're doing a video, whatever you do. Because it helps you to get out of being inside of the cycle of drama, right? The drama that pulls us in each inhale. It's a new discovery of the future. What is this bringing to me? What kind of drama is happening here? Exhale again. I am maybe letting go. I'm maybe again talking about something. So he wants you to come out of the daily activities, because the daily activities bring you away from your center. The daily activities are something that we do every day, all the time, and he doesn't want you to just sit 5 minutes and meditate, or 10 minutes, or an hour, and then we go back to work and we haven't changed anything. He wants you now to bring this breath into your daily activity, into every moment, all the time, right? Me sitting here talking to you, I am feeling, I'm inhaling, right? And I'm in the fullness of my breath, and then I am noticing, I talk and I exhale, and then I'm in the empty of the breath. And it makes me feel like I am not part of a world that's coming and going. I'm actually part of a world that is constant, that is eternal, right? That's that gap. Now, very important is that you understand the two differences of the gaps. One is full, one is empty. And of course, one feels more comfortable to you than the other. So what we're going to do right now is we're, of course, again, look into this breathing. We're going to place our feet flat on the floor, and we're going to again bring our right hand on top of the left, and we're going to lean into the back of our seat, and we're going to close our eyes. And we take a deep inhale and a deep exhale, letting go of whatever you were thinking of, so that you notice when the next inhale comes, you are inhaling the future. And when you let go, you let it go into the past. Also, just become aware of your feet touching, whatever they're touching, the floor, the shoes, the socks. And feel how your tailbone or sit bones are touching the chair, how your back is touching the back of the chair, and how your right palm is touching the inside of the left palm. Just become aware of all the touching points, and notice your breath at your nostrils, how it's streaming in and it's streaming out. So we want to become aware of our breath because, as we know, the breath is the teacher to our mind. Become aware that when you inhale, that you fill your body with the future. And when you exhale, you empty your body and bring it into the past. So you can, like in the beginning, make a spiral to the left. So you inhale into the center, into the belly. You exhale out of the belly, up to the right, and closing the circle into the nostril. Right? So it's like a circle from the left to the right. From the left nostril down into the belly, and from the belly to the right into the right nostril. And you're feeling here that the in and the exhale is making almost like the wheel of fortune spinning. You can also turn the circle to the back. Inhale, create one half of the circle to the back, into the belly. Exhale to the front, you finishing, closing the circle up to the nostril. Whichever way feels better for you, sideways or back and front ways. Just become aware of your circle. Then become aware of the gap, the turning point or the fusion point. Or like we did in the fourth technique, in that nothingness. But when I inhale, I'm full in the nothingness, but actually fullness. When I exhale, I'm really in the nothingness of nothingness. I'm empty. I'm still in the empty, and I'm still in the full. Just become aware. Which one feels connected, more easy for you just to be. Not to act, but to simply be in the empty or in the full. Also become aware how you count that cycle of breath. Are you starting with an inhale and end with an exhale? Or are you starting with an exhale and end with an inhale? Most people count with the inhale first and end with the exhale. Rarely someone begins with an exhale and then end with the inhale. Just become aware. I personally noticed that when I inhale and I hold the fullness, it's not as easy for me to simply be. Yes, I have the inhale. Yes, I do have a fullness, but I also have to let it go. And when I exhale, I feel I somehow can hold longer in the empty. Yes, I do need to inhale. I do need to fill myself again with the future, with the breath. But somehow I feel I can be more easy and more quiet in after the exhale. I just just want you to become aware of where do you feel more that you can be just the way you are. Please continue, right, this meditation on your own, and slowly start opening your eyes and just look now at what you see with a higher awareness. But most of all, it's about to continue to be aware about your inhale, the fullness of your inhale, your exhale, and the emptiness after the exhale. That whatever you're doing from now, I'm crossing my leg and I'm aware of my breath, right? When I get up, when I want to go out, when I want to drink something, when I will edit the video, when I read, while I'm scratching my head, I'm aware of my breath, so that I feel that I am not participating in the drama, in the everyday drama that we get pulled in. Then, because when we inhale, we bring in the future, we bring in something to us, and when we exhale, we again just let go of something, right? I see inhale as something of the information is coming to you and you are talking. The exhale, I feel more that you're listening, that you're letting go, that you don't necessarily need to say something. And the drama, right, the interactive drama between in and exhale disappears when you're in the gap, when you're in that moment of stillness, either full or empty. And you can step out of the wheel of karma, right? The wheel of fortune, the wheel that keeps spinning. And you can observe and watch yourself being an actor on a stage, not being pulled into any dramatic situation anymore. So I hope you can practice this kind of meditation now. Until next week, where we're going to do meditation number 7. I thank you so much for practicing meditation, for being interested, and thank you so much. Namaste.